What is going on, everybody? Brick Builder here, and welcome to a brand new Minecraft Money Wars today. If you guys do enjoy, make sure that like button and subscribe. We're gonna do a quick little peek around on the map arena and go ahead and come down here. But if you guys do enjoy, again, like and subscribe. Let's get right into this Minecraft Money Wars experience. So today we're gonna be talking about how to go from noob to pro in Money Wars. Okay, so the first tip, of course, that a lot of people don't realize is pros don't waste time defending their egg early on in the game. A lot of noobs get this confused, and a lot of players think, oh, you gotta defend your egg right off the bat with some sandstone or something like that. And the truth of the matter is doing that is just a waste of time and a waste of resources and a waste of blocks. You really gotta spend the beginning of your game doing something much more important than gathering materials. And the reason for that is because the way this game works is speed's pretty important. So while you're at the middle grabbing your diamonds a little bit earlier on, somebody could be at your base breaking your egg, and having that tiny little bit of sandstone isn't going to give you enough to get back in time anyway to actually make a difference. So realistically, you're wasting resources by doing any sort of, sandstone slash stained clay, whatever you want to call it, defense around your egg. It's just not worth doing right off the bat. So that's a common mistake noobs will make, is they say, oh, you got to defend the bed right off the bat. That is just far from the truth. You don't need to defend it right off the bat, although I do recommend you defend it at some point. It's not required to win games at all. You can lose your egg and still win games pretty easily in Money Wars sometimes. So, there's a certain element of you don't actually need to, I guess in a sense, be having an egg to win. But now we're at another base here, which I rate. This map is so good for rushing. So there we go. We just took out the player very quickly. See, they're one of those people who wasted their resources on that. Because what advantage did they get out of that? Nothing. As you can see, I still got their egg very easily there, and they really couldn't do anything about it even if they wanted to. That's like the one thing right there. This player was definitely a bit more of a noob than I would have expected, you know what I mean? Now my base, I could go back and defend, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep on pushing right now, because early game pushes in Money Wars are huge. If you can try to push and vulture eggs right off the bat, that's so important to the overall outcome, because the less players that have obsidian and other types of defenses, the better. So going right off the bat like I am here and trying to take advantage of that element of them all being weak and not aware of everything is so important. Now, this might be a weird strategy, but we're going to block them in there. So they have to use a pickaxe, and that gives us enough time to go like this, and boom, we just broke their defense. You know what I mean? They straight don't have defense anymore. So that works. And then we just got to get the final kill on them, which shouldn't be too hard to do, although this player might actually kill me, but they did not. So that worked out okay. So see, we rushed their island too. Once we do about 2 island rushes, generally that's when I say, okay, enough's enough, don't go too risky. Because another thing is, noobs will generally be super risky. They'll do things that are absolutely crazy. And yes, you gotta do things that are crazy. But Money Wars is all about strategy. So if you want to win an Egg Wars game, you got to have strategy. It's so important. So now that we've done this, what I generally would recommend going for is, right now I'm going to go for a layer of obsidian. This is made super easy due to the fact that we're playing the overpowered items mode rather than the traditional normal items, but it's still obtainable at this point in the game with normal items or even hardcore items if you really wanted to. Although hardcore had its own different strategies, so if you use these strategies in hardcore, you could probably be considered a noob. So that's another thing we can possibly do in the future if you guys want it. Just let me know down in the comments. Now, let's restock up on our armor, because that's the thing. You always got to keep aware of your armor, especially in overpowered, because noobs will have their armor break on them. And if you're going to be a pro, your armor can't break on you mid-fight, because if it does, you'll be in a terrible position, lacking armor, and then it's an easy pop once the helmet or boots are gone. You're just an easy kill waiting to happen. Now, another thing that makes pros is their bridging. Now, I'll admit my bridging isn't the fastest, but it's a lot faster than some players. And the way that I did that is you have to practice shifting and unshifting when you bridge. It's pretty important and can really help out your game if you can ninja / speed bridge. So that's definitely another skill you should work on, just because speed will definitely be a major advantage. Now, going to go ahead and buy my obsidian. Next tip, this is just another tip that all pros use, is take your obsidian and cover it up. This way, if somebody comes to your base without a pickaxe or without a diamond pickaxe, they will still think they'll be able to break the egg, because you can technically punch out all the hardened clay. But if you put it like that, they will be unsure. Now, I'm going to use this glass to demonstrate my faster speed bridging again, just in case anybody didn't catch the memo. So look, if you notice, I shift and unshift. Look at the blocks, how much faster this is rather than this. This is a lot slower than this. Now, of course, you might want to be a little bit safer with the speed bridging when you don't have an egg, because if you miss and you fall into the void, well, there goes your game and then you lost. So you got to play it smart at the same time with knowing when to use speed bridging and when to not. Right now, we're going to go for it, though, just because what's the worst that could happen? We're going to lose a tiny bit of iron and some gold, less than half a stack of gold, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, once we're here at the middle, this is our chance to really gear up. We have some bed defense, some egg defense, and stuff like that. It's better than some other bases, so it's enough that our egg will likely not be broken. Now, there is, of course, the chance, but there's always the chance. So you just gotta, play it smart. Another element in Money Wars that all players should take into account is knockback. Knockback is so huge in this game, whether it be knockback traditionally from a sword or from a punch bow. You can do some crazy stuff with knockback in Money Wars, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. Like, look at this. We can just straight up knock back these people into the holes in the map. Definitely take advantage of things like that. Of course, that has to do with map knowledge, which is important. Try to learn the maps, learn the in and outs of the maps, specifically how many blocks you're going to need to get from point A to point B, and where the eggs are on every map. Stuff like that will make a huge difference when you're playing, because you won't get confused as to where you need to go. It's just super crucial to learn stuff like that, and you learn it just by playing the maps, realistically, and watching videos on the maps. I have tons of Money Wars videos you can watch if you want to learn all the different maps and such like that. So make sure to check those out if you're interested. But right now, we have a ton of diamonds. Now, to get a full god set, it's going to cost us a lot. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to need the full god set just because it's only me versus Cyan at this point. But keeping this gear up is definitely important. We just do have to keep constantly checking our egg, so don't make sure you get too arrogant. Make sure you keep defending that egg and keep looking at it so we can see if somebody's coming for it. Now, I'm just going to keep gathering up some materials right now just because we can do some crazy things with having a lot more money. There's a reason this game is called Egg Wars / Money Wars. It's called Money Wars because the more money you have, the better. This game is so huge with what you can purchase with what items you have. Now, we're getting a lot of gold, which we can put into more bed defense, egg defense. We can throw it into more different things. We just got to be careful here, because as you see there, I did almost fall in the void. See, if I had better map knowledge, I would have known there was a hole there, but I was completely unaware and I made a mistake. But I think we're going to grab a fair chunk of these bad boys, diamonds. There we go, 51. We will see what we can get with 51 and see if we need to come back or not. We'll see once we make the decision. But we need to first get back to our base, which can be done on this bridge here. Also, the bridge is built slightly higher up here instead of being on the ground level, so players have to build up to hit it. It's just a slight little modification that makes getting to the egg a little bit harder. So I like it just because it's a little less of a quick bridge. You're going to have to build up if an enemy wants to go for the base. So next is another pro tip. Always keep blocks. Notice how I'm buying a ton of blocks? You don't want to run out of blocks. That's never the right move. Okay, so now first thing we're going to do is we're going to buy up iron. Oh my gosh, we won the game because they fell to their death. Are you serious? Well, that was a crazy victory right there. Now, what I was going to say was buying effectively is very important. So for instance, in that case, it would have made more sense to get a full set of iron armor rather than having one piece of diamond. So instantly going to going from completely noob gear, leather armor, stone sword, etc., to a section of pro gear isn't always better. Sometimes it's better to go with the mid-range until you can afford the full god set, stick with the middle stuff. So going for the full iron made more sense than the full diamond. That's just another pro strategy there. Now if you guys want to hear more tips and tricks for other games and other Money Wars strategies and such, let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys did enjoy today's video, hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure to share this video around with anybody who plays Money Wars and you want them to become a pro. Because if they watch this video, they definitely are in the right place. But I'll see you guys in another episode. Thank you so much for watching.